Hey Habs fan, we are back, and this time we're gonna take a look at this year third round pick, 77 overall, Gianni Fairbrother. Before starting the video, we're gonna jump on the best site on the internet. If you don't know Elite Prospect, you are definitely missing out. So I just want to take a quick look at the player drafted just before Gianni Fairbrother, and a few of them were really high on my list. So Nathan Legare at 74, Pittsburgh traded up for him to get him. I have a spidey sense feeling that maybe the Habs were on him and they jump up just to be sure that they caught him. But I was shocked that he fell so low in the draft. 74 for a 45 goal scorer. He has an elite shot. He's big. I don't know why he felt that much. Other than that, I was super high on Daniel Misul. I have a video on him on my channel. I like him a lot. Same thing for Zachary Jones, even Albin Gruve. At 66, I think it was decent value. Alexander Campbell. So all in all, a lot of guys that I like went just before the selection. So if I was in the Habs shoes, I would have had a tough time to select someone because a lot of my favorite player went just before. Even Adam Beckman, he was really good in the playoff in the WHL. So a lot of guys went just before Gianni Fairbrother. And let's say I was making the pick here for the Habs. I think I would have probably Jordan Spence. The Habs don't have many offensive defensemen that can QB a power play. So I think Jordan Spence is someone that felt a little bit too much because he was one of the best playmakers on the power play with Moncton this year. And another one that I like was Carter Berger, an overager that played with Alex Newhook, and he was extremely good this year, scored more than 30 goals at D. So he has quite a bit of upside offensively. Maybe this is the kind of pick I would have liked better than Gianni Fairbrother. More upside offensively. We might as well look at his profile while we're at it. And like I said, he's not really an offensive juggernaut. So even if you look in the past when he was younger, so only 5 goal here, 3 goal here in 36 game, 2 goal. This year he had quite a big bump. He reached 10 goal and 36 point overall. So his offensive production increased a little bit, but all in all, 36 point for in his draft year for a defenseman is not super good. He had a lot of penalties, so he's kind of a tough guy. We'll see a little bit more later in the video. Okay, I lied. We're gonna jump right into the footage and show some fighting and toughness here. So you can see he really has big balls. He's someone he's not scared to go in the traffic and defend his teammate. And very often, what was nice to see is that he take the biggest guy on the ice. So every time there's a scrum, he's not gonna choose a weak one. He's taking the biggest guy on the other team, and he's not scared to drop the mitts. And those kind of players are very, very respected in a locker room. If you ever played a game, when you have a tough guy like that on your team, they are always the most liked in a room, and they are hard to find. It's pretty rare these days to find a warrior like that are not scared to fight, and he was one of them. He fought a few times against guy 6'5", 230 pound, very big player, and he never backed down. So this is a major things that I like about him. In terms of fighting skills, I don't think he's gonna rule the NHL. He's not gonna be a Lucic or a Chara, but he's pretty strong physically. You can see when there's a physical strength battle, he will often land on top, and he's a strong kid.
With 15-20 left.
Okay, enough of the boxing stuff. Let's go back and watch some actual hockey. And the number one thing that impressed me for him was his shot. I think during the year, I really started to notice that his shot was very heavy and always on net. So he has a very good wrist shot, accurate, and this is with his shot that he was able to generate most of his offense this year. When I was watching game early in the season, I will be honest, I was not impressed by him. I think he was okay defensively, but he was lacking a lot of things offensively. I think the upside offensively was really limited, but as the season went on, I started to notice his shot more and more, and I thought It was one of his best weapons, and the fact that he was able to beat goalie at the training camp one-on-one in the NHL, I would not have thought that early in the season. So this is a good sign, maybe, that he's trending upward, and maybe there's untapped potential offensively. Now we're gonna take a look at the less good stuff, so things that I don't really like about his game. And first is his stick handling. So he doesn't have really good puck skills, and often he will lose the puck, either a bad pass reception or just stick handling. So you will never really see him deke through a player, and it's nice sometimes to have a defenseman that is able to deke at least one guy, so it'll open up the rest of the play. And I had to show this one twice because holy moly, that was bad. The whole sequence was bad. Like I said, he's gonna need to improve his stick handling to be at least average, because right now it's below average. Another aspect of his game he's gonna need to improve, it's his first pass. I don't think it's anything special, so he will often do the simple and easy pass, but when he try to do harder pass, he will often miss, and he need to improve that part of his game as well. So all in all, when you take everything into account, other than his shot, there's not too much to like offensively. Defensively, I would say he's slightly above average, so he will often take the simple approach. He's not gonna take unnecessary risk, so he's a very steady Eddie type of defenseman. Sometimes you won't notice him on the ice that much, and it can be good for a defenseman like that.
Flipping one ahead, the relay, Christoph Robic pulls up, right hash marks. His shot blocked by traffic.
So if we take everything into consideration, I'm not very thrilled about that pick. I think it was a little bit early to take a guy like this. I get that he brings a physical aspect to his game, and also he can play PK. We don't really have player like that in the system, but those type of player, I see them as number 6, 7 type of defenseman. So I don't like the upside here. I think if everything pans out, he will turn out to be a Jordy Ben type of player, and those players are easy to get, and those players are not gonna change anything in your organization. So you might as I prefer taking bigger risk and aiming for upside, and I don't see it with him. Maybe it's a case of recency bias because lately a guy like Brett Lernout, a third round pick as well, a guy from the WHL. Big, physical, with limited upside offensively, similar to Fairbrother. I think Fairbrother is more polished offensively and overall, but all in all, it's just those type of D. I think you can get them in free agency or in a trade pretty cheap, so they're not really that valuable to me. This is gonna be it for this one, so please don't be too hard on the comment. If you're a huge Fairbrother fan, you already bought his jersey, Habs jersey, please don't be too hard. It's just my opinion. It's possible that I'm wrong. And to finish, I just want to say thank you because you really murdered that like button on the last video, so do the same thing one more time. And I'm currently working on a top 10 Habs prospect video, so that should be the next thing coming out, so keep an eye on that.